And Bozos is Wednesday, December 15th, and we're gonna get to a kind of interesting, depressing song. See, I handed back idioms today for home children, so if you weren't here and you don't get yours back, it's because it's in the hallway. If you got yours back, then you get to take a look at it. Again, I was not looking for super impressive art. I was just looking for you to put effort into it. Here's my creative blobs, and it has a picture of me on it, right? It looks like me. That was my thought too. So.
I thought you were the one jumping on buildings.
It could be me over there also, but that's not the one I was going for, but I'll take that one too. So that covers idioms. And then from here, this would be the handout that you guys got yesterday telling you what's going to be on the test tomorrow. It is all of 25 questions and 55 points. The poems up there at the toppy bits are the ones that are going to be on there. If it's not listed, it is not going to be on the test. The bottom ones that have the little asterisks next to them are the ones you have to read with your own brain. So then those are the ones make sure you have taken a look at prior to the test, because you do have 2 attempts on the test, but they both have to be submitted by end of class. So as long as you can get through it, and then if you know your answers, you can then go through it again and then resubmit, but that's up to you. It does take the higher of the 2. Bottom part, those are the terms you have to know. Similes, metaphors, which we've beaten into you. Idioms, which by now hopefully you know. You also have to know the literal, figurative definitions. Alliteration, I'm going to have you do rhyme scheme for a random poem. And then the last part, I am going to tell you ahead of time what grammar it is. It is adverbs and prepositions. You have 1 adverb question, 1 preposition question. If you have no idea what adverbs and prepositions are, you have 23 hours to try and figure it out from there. Questions from there, aside from me being mean to the 3 kids on their phones. I know. Well, I always look the opposite direction, because then you guys always follow my eyes, and it gives the kids a chance to put them away. If I wanted to attack a kid, then I would say their name. I figure they put it away. We're all good. I don't need to be mean to them. We're good to go there. Then you can keep out the pink sheet. As far as what we're going to go from there, today's poem is on one of your previous handouts, but I'm not going to have you get the handout out. So you can use the pink sheet if you just want to doodle and draw while we go through it. That's absolutely fine with me. I gave you your giant doodly area. But the poem-wise, I'm not going to have you look at it. We're just going to have it on the screen behind you. It's on like your middle handout, the lemon-flavored one. Banana was the first one. Lemon was the second one. Bubblegum was the third one. Oh, how silly of me. And we're down to, let's see, home children. We're going to pause for a moment so you don't get to hear these kids go in case they embarrass themselves. I'm still not your God, but thank you. Hey, we're back. So yesterday, I showed you guys refrain. I just wanted to make sure that was still in nogginy place from there. What is a refrain? A line.
That gets
nailed it.
Repeated in a poem.
So again, you're going to have to, for test tomorrow, I'm going to give you a poem, and you're going to have to find the refrain that's going to be in the poem. For Annabelle Lee, what was one of our refrains?
Annabelle Lee.
It was. My beautiful.
So it was more than just Annabelle Lee. Then the other one was... Good job. We did it slightly out of order, but I'll still give it to you. So that's just your refrain that gets repeated throughout the entire thing. So go you there. Any questions as far as that went? I didn't think so.
Oh wait, it has to be a sentence? No, it's just a line.
A phrase or a line, yeah.
So of these,
That might not be enough to qualify. The poem we're going to take a look at today, the last one we get a chance to cover together, is one called Richard Cory. It is 4 stanzas, so we're going to do it one at a time. So I'm going to put the first 2 up there, and then we'll hit the second 2. It's not super challenging until we get to the last stanza. And then the last stanza is going to be, I don't get it. And then we're going to go through and explain, you're like, oh, and we can do more understanding stuff from there. But I'm going to need my readery people for those 4, but you'll need to write down readery things so that you can figure it out from there. Mamel, since I put you on the thing today and you were all angry we were past that phase of our life, I'll give you stanza 1, and that would work for me. Gray, since I got to make fun of you earlier, we'll give you stanza 2. Ariana, since I got to make fun of you earlier, we'll give you stanza 3. Well, maybe I meant in the future. And then, since you backed me up on saying the colored pencils thing, I'll give that to you also, that one, since you had my back. The others of you, I apologize. I've not had a chance to make fun of you yet. So I was trying to be nice to those children. So, again, it is not on the handout in front of you. So you have to make sure you can read it and see it up there to make it a little bit easier. And we're going to walk you through it. It is, but that's why I said you should not have that handout out. And that's why I'm saying if I wanted you to have the lemon flavored one out, I would have you have it. So if the lemon flavored one is out, I'd have to be mean to you. All right. Stanza 1. You ready, stanza 1? All right. So as she reads stanza 1, we're going to figure out who is in it, and I'm going to show you guys how to break down the little description things that's in it. Go for it, stanza 1.
Whenever Mr. Cory went downtown, we people on the pavement looked at him. He was a gentleman for a soul to the crown, clean, favored, and imperially slim.
Nicely done. 1, good job not pronouncing that flavored like first period did, and it got real weird. Yeah, clean. That one is favored, and the kid was like, clean flavored. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works.
Soul to crown.
Ooh, we're going to come to that. Hold on that thought in just a second. The soul to crown. We're going to get to that. Yeah, just shh, you hush
I know
that.
what that means.
Richard Cory. Whenever Richard Cory went downtown, we people on the pavement looked at him. He was a gentleman from soul to crown, clean favored, and imperially slim. Nice short stanza. Step 1, who's our main character?
Richard Cory.
And it's not really going to play an important part, but just to officially ask
Why
it,
doesn't he have
where is it taking place?
Downtown.
So it never really plays a role in the story, so I'm not really worrying about it, but just making sure we can pick up on clues. The thing that you were mentioning, so going through there we have everyone's watching him as he goes by them, and it says he was a gentleman from soul to crown. Step 1, S-O-L-E is not the thing that's inside of you that I like to eat from children because it's delicious.
It's the bottom of your foot.
Bottom of your foot.
I was going to say that.
And what is,
Isn't that your
what is the crown?
From your head.
All right. So you have bottom of foot is your soul, top of the head is the crown. He says, gentleman from soul to crown, that is rewording an idiom that you guys may have heard of. Do you know what idiom that is supposed to be that he redid?
Head to toe.
Head to toe. So my question is, it is. Saying that someone is a good person from head to toe is an idiom.
Not you.
Why do they not use head to toe in the poem? Why did the poet change it soul to crown?
So you can rhyme.
So
to town.
There you go. Crown to town, so they can rhyme between the two of those. So that's why they ended up changing it, because to head to toe would not work.
No.
Clean favored, not flavored. So on this one, I'm going to be interested to see your guesses as to what it means, because this old-timey terminology, not things we use today, but I'm curious to see what your guess would be with just from what we see so far, what your guess to clean favor would mean. Hello?
Would it mean that he has like good hygiene?
Not a bad guess.
That's
It's not that. We're going to get to that in a moment. That's not what this one connects to, but yeah. So the clean has nothing to do with cleanliness, but the clean has to do with another part, which will connect kind of in a moment.
Okay.
Willie J?
Like, does it mean he's well dressed?
That's actually a different thing we're going to get to. There is a mention of it, but it's not connected to how he dresses. Eliana?
Nobody hates him.
Not bad. That's closer to it, the idea of no one hating him. Two things. You guys know what a reputation is?
Yes.
He has
So-
a good reputation.
So here he has a real, another idiom, skeletons in the closet.
Nope, don't know it.
So those of you who know it, what does skeletons in the closet
It
mean?
means they have like
Bad
secrets.
That you have secrets that, people who keep getting canceled right now is because they have skeletons in their Stop trying to make my dream come true. And so they have these skeletons in their closet that come out. Richard Cory, no skeletons in his closet, good reputation, the clean favor. People only have good things to say about him.
Well, no, maybe he does because
Or they're just, the idea here is that if he does, no, like there's nothing popping up, it's all there.
He's a skinny queen. You can't trust anybody who's
Step 1, what does slim mean?
Skinny.
Nicely done. So, imperially is a word that does exist today. My question is, do you know what imperial connects to?
Skinny.
Imperial March.
And what does that connect to?
Star Wars.
Good job. So this does not connect to Star Wars, but they both connect to the same thing.
Who does?
Imperial connects to empire, which means ruling body. As in Star Wars, the empire is the bad guys that rule everything. We have empires now, like that England place, the queen, would be an empire, so like royal. Here, with imperially slim, it just means that he's thin, he's rich person thin. Some people are thin because they don't have access to food,
So he like-
and so they like sort of waste away, and they're like unhealthy skinny. He is like healthy skinny, where he works out and keeps himself in shape. So he's in good shape because of by choice. So as in he has money, not because he's poor. Plays a role in both. Stanza 2 person. Who is my stanza?
me.
All right. Stanza 2. We're gonna find out a bit more about him.
And he was always quietly arrayed.
I knew it would be a
he, sorry, I can't read that from there. And he was always human when he talked, but he was still
Fluttered.
pulses when he said good morning, and he glittered when he walked.
Nicely done, Greg. Even with the squinting. Well done on that. Yeah. This one's going to have a few more words we're going to have to try and break down for you. And he was always quietly arrayed, and he was always human when he talked, but still he fluttered pulses when he said good morning, and he glittered when he walked. So, I did not know what arrayed meant at first. I actually had to look it up myself going into it because it is not a common word. If it helps, you guys are all currently arrayed. Everyone in our school is currently arrayed. If you are not, sometimes if you are not properly arrayed, you get sent down to the office. And girls get sent down for it more than guys do.
Dress
Shoulders.
Arrayed is how you are dressed. So some of you guys are arrayed in black, some of you guys are arrayed in red. Arrayed just means some of you guys are arrayed in Santa hats. Arrayed just means how you're dressed. So then with this, it says he's quietly arrayed. Has nothing to do with him being a jester at one point with the little jangly bells or a clown. So then what would quietly arrayed mean?
He's just quiet.
He doesn't brag about it.
He doesn't stand out.
He's
How so?
because he's quietly
Because he's
arrayed.
neutral color.
There you. So the idea that he does not bring attention to him, because this is going to pop up in a moment, the fact that there's no blingy necklace, there's no like grill going on, he's not wearing big fancy showy clothes, he tries to blend in and look as normal as possible. So his outfit is not something to draw attention to himself.
Well, he doesn't with that tiny leg.
Who'd sing R&B.
So always human when he talked. Has nothing to do with being with an alien, which is too bad because that'd be an awesome part of the story. It goes a whole different direction. Omar?
He's relatable.
How so?
He has not average, like normal or common problems or like achievements or something like that.
Not bad. I could definitely roll with that. Eliana?
He's not like, he doesn't like talk fake. Like when he talks, it sounds real.
I would count that also, yeah.
He like shows emotion and he's kind of kind and just like a person.
So I'm impressed. You guys are on fire with this one. Yeah?
Never mind. I forgot the question.
When he's always human when he talks?
Oh, what does that mean?
Yes.
Oh, I think it means like he wasn't. Never mind.
Craig?
You really
He's
straight.
empathetic.
Say sympathetic?
Sympathetic.
Is that what you said?
Empathetic.
Empathetic would work also, yeah.
Yeah.
So the same idea that he and Tiffy, I apologize. Yes, Tiffy.
The topics that he talks about are very business.
He's down to earth.
Business? You seem very formal about your business.
I mean, he doesn't sleep with dead bodies.
Way to make it weird, Tiffy. Yes, I'm going to go that there are no dead bodies that he hangs out with. But yeah, so the idea, he doesn't talk down to people. The fact that even though that has things going for him, he treats everybody as an equal and a human. Wow, you guys nailed that one.
Because we're smart and you're not.
Thank you.
I know that.
So fluttered pulses. Hang on, break it down first. It was a struggle earlier. What's a pulse?
Heartbeat.
All right, thumpy thumpy. What does flutter mean?
Like
butterfly.
So to put those together, it does not mean there's butterflies in his heart. So that was an issue we had earlier. So flutter. So when he walks into a room and says good morning, he flutters other people's pulses. So he's fluttering their pulses. Ariana?
So basically, when people walk in, when he walks in, people are like, "Oh my gosh, he's so cool! Oh my gosh!"
That was some solid acting, Ariana.
like cartoons when like people walk by and then like the girls fake.
Yes.
That's how that.
Did you want to act that out too?
God,
You sure?
can I?
Yeah?
Okay. Okay.
Got my pencil.
Are you acting?
Oh my god. Get up.
Oh my god.
Wait, Ariel.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
What is happening?
We're channeling our inner fluttering pulses.
Two people need to
That's
catch her.
stupid.
Okay, which one do you want me to be?
Okay.
This
You
is
can
stupid.
be. What do you want to be?
Can I be the guy?
Yeah, you can be the guy. Okay, we're
Okay.
Home children, if only I could show you.
Okay, I'm gonna walk through the door. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You faint and then
What is happening?
guys, get in your
This is
places.
stupid.
I was a theater kid for a reason. Okay, ready? I'm walking through.
That was totally worth all the building.
Yeah, it was. It was so good.
Ray,
Thank you,
you
thank
are
you, thank
very used to this. role.
We can continue.
Why are you doing that?
Oh, and he glittered too.
So we're not to the glitter
No, we're
yet.
not putting on another play.
Oh, I sat on my chart.
So, fluttering pulses, you nailed. So far, you guys are in the lead for understanding that one the best. The glittering has nothing to do with jewelry, because you already told me he's not wearing jewelry, and it has nothing to do with the vampires. Yeah, saw that one coming also. So, if it has nothing to do with vampires and nothing to do with jewelry, how do you explain that one then, Jack?
Oh, like the way he's acting and stuff, he's acting like very happy and stuff. Like the way people see him and stuff, it's like, oh, he's really happy and all.
I could
It's
dig
kind
that.
of like the laughter yawning effect. When someone yawns, someone else is yawn.
Oh, okay.
When someone laughs, someone else starts laughing because they're laughing.
Alright, I can dig it. Yeah. Willie J?
like. Oh wait.
Mamel?
He has really good skin complexion, so when like the sun
He's not bald and puts lotion on his head.
You're actually not far off. That is actually part of it too.
Yeah.
It is a combination of both of those.
Is
Gray?
he bald?
Okay, hear me out. Maybe he could be a vampire, like Edward.
No.
Yeah.
And then, like, when
Right.
he has big
Shut up.
Edward
And Eliana.
like
Nice words.
clean. Like he's not dirty.
Nice words.
This is where they're being clean, having good teeth, having that confidence. I would
But
agree.
yeah, when
All
he
those
smiles,
things.
there's like a
He's
shiny
not a
thing on his teeth.
vampire.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And hello?
That's it.
It is Snoop Dogg.
Right, like in a dark room, like he's really well cleaned and he's very handsome and like everyone's just like,
Perfect. So you guys have a good understanding.
yeah.
Tiffy, you're going to have to wait with your dead bodies.
people really
Stanza 3.
Oh, that's me.
So on this one, not nearly as much to explain. There's only like 3 things to touch on in this one. So go ahead and go for stanza 3.
And he was rich. Yes, richer than a king. And admired.
Mhm.
And
Admirable.
Admirable.
can I say another?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Admirable.
Admirable?
2 different ways.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
I would say admirable. That's not good. Okay. And he was rich. Yes, richer than a king. And admired.
Admirable.
Admire.
Like admiral.
School.
Admirable school at every grace. And what? And finally, we thought that he was everything to make us wish that we were in his place.
Not a struggle at all. Well done. So the things to hit on this one, and he was rich, yes, richer than a king, and admirably schooled in every grace. And fine, we thought that he was everything to make us wish that we were in his place. First big thing we learned about him,
That he's richer than a king.
so not just a little rich, we're talking like Musk and Bezos kind of rich, richer than kings and
We're talking about
queens.
Kanye West.
Wait, he's Scrooge McDuck rich, where you dive into your pile of gold and you get to go swimming in it. That level of rich.
Basically, the level
Travis
just
Scott
before
rich
Elon
before.
Musk.
Then this next line, so we know he's rich and all the things going through. Says, admirably schooled in every grace. Sorry, I was getting ready to ask if you guys have friends, but that seems mean. Let me go this way.
I don't.
Those of you who have friends, if you have that one friend who seems to be good at everything they do, where when you invite them over, that they're good at video games, if you play sports, they're great at sports, their grades, they're always at the top of the grades, and so it seems no matter what they do, everything goes perfectly for them. That's Richard Cory. He's admirably schooled in everything he does. He has skills in it. There is no one area, it's all of it.
Like, I'm so serious though. Like, it was his first time he shot bone
He's
and
basically what believers think that be rich for.
And then, that last part on that stanza, to make us wish that we were everything in his place, Meaning, what emotion are they feeling?
Jealousy.
What poem did we do recently that also had that? And who felt it?
The angels. Oh, angels.
So angels and the people around him both have the same emotion. Which brings us to stanza 4, where we get to wrap it up and do our final discussion. Gidget, there's one more line that'll pop up as you read. Okay.
So on we worked and waited for the light, and went without the meat, and cursed the bread. And Richard Cory, one calm summer night, went home and put a bullet through his head.
There you go.
Did he just kill himself?
He did.
Oh, I get it.
So we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about why he does it, and we're also going to talk about why I had us read it. Two discussions. So on we worked and waited for the light, and went without the meat and cursed the bread. And Richard Cory, one calm summer night, went home and put a bullet through his head. So the thing you're all yelling about, what happens to him at the end?
He died.
And commits suicide and dies from there. Those two lines where it says, so on we worked, waited for the light, went without the meat, cursed the bread, what is that telling you about the people around him?
I have no idea.
Religious. They're poor.
They're poor. The fact that everyone around him had no money and he was the one that was rich. Now, looking at the whole poem together, as in you can see it all at one time, to figure out, well, overall, what kind of personality did he have?
A good one.
Confident.
Everything was going for him. He was confident. He was good looking. Ladies loved him. He was rich. He was good at everything he did. Here's the thing. There are things missing in this poem. And as you read poem, you should realize why he does what he does because of what's not in the poem. So my question to you is, what is not in the poem? Tiffy? Family is one of them. It makes no mention of family in there. Friends is another one that he never mentions. Happiness and love are not in there. And so everything that's mentioned are very superficial things. The fact that he's good looking, the fact that he has lots of money, the fact that and so there are all these superficial things, but at no point does it mention he's happy, or the fact that he has a family, or the fact that he has friends. None of those are listed in it. Hello?
Yeah, like everything that really makes you human wasn't even mentioned. It was basically just like the things he had and what he could do and what he looked like. It was never like anything that actually brought him joy.
There
or
you
like,
go.
Like you said, family friends.
So here becomes my question for you then. Yes, it's a depressing poem, but I like the poem because I think it connects to junior high. Not the death at the end, the theme of the poem. So my question to you is, how would I connect this theme and what it's trying to get across to you guys? What connection is there from that? Willie J? Mamel?
People, like, in junior high, I feel like it's especially where it's like, oh, I have this many followers on TikTok. Oh, I have this many friends. Oh, I have a really good friend. Oh, I have a credit card or whatever. But it's like, if you were to ask, like, half the people, like, do they wish they had something different, they would all say yes. Because, like, at this age, there's always something else that a person wants. Like, a different life or something.
I can see that. Kirky?
Like family and friends are some of the most like important things in your life.
I can dig that too. Hello?
Like, I've heard a lot about this, but kind of like, you know, maybe if you're popular or like, you know a lot of people and they're just like, oh, I'm so jealous of her, she's so pretty, you know, she's so like rich at home, you know, you don't know anything that's actually going on in their life. Some people like compare them to other people and just like, oh, I don't like her, she looks rude, and it's like you don't know anything about their life. So
That's exactly good job. As I mentioned earlier, I have a lot of kids who send me remind messages and kids who come after school and talk to me. And I used to, years ago teaching, think that kids all had good lives in junior high. And the longer I teach, the more I realize how messed up kids' home lives are. And almost every time that there's that popular kid, that kid comes and talks to me. And I find out how messed up their home life is when people are all thinking about how perfect their life is, and it's not. Very many kids put on a Richard Cory mask that they don't want you to see. They want you to see this side of them and not see that sad side of them, because no one wants people to see that side of things. That's why I like the poem, because it's, even though it's weird and was written 100 years ago, it absolutely connects to junior high life today. That's it. We're done. Tomorrow we get to have a test and hopefully be much less depressing, and then Friday we get to have fun.